welcome to Startup Showdown, Skills versus Capital, a podcast where we explore what really drives success in the business. I'm your host, Farid Riaz, and we're diving into one of the biggest questions for the students and aspiring entrepreneurs. What matters more when starting a business? Is it capital or is it skills? Is money the key to success, or can skills alone take you to the top? Today we have our guest, Sir Shahryar from Lahore School of Economics. And Sir, many students have great ideas. You might want to launch a clothing brand, start freelancing, or build a startup. But then comes the biggest confusion. I don't have money, or how can I even start? And even people with skills have problems with financing. So how can we debate upon that? How can students or young entrepreneurs work on that?
We have to understand that anything that you want to start from small. You need to scale up. आप कभी भी इस तरह नहीं कर सकते कि you start with X amount of money. You need an X amount of money to start. You can start from small and then you can scale up your business. This is the fundamental rule. You anticipate the scale of the business. You start with what you have, with whatever that you can raise, and then you can take it and exponentially grow it. अगर आप case studies भी देखते हैं, look at case studies. We've heard Google started from a garage. We've heard that all these bigger brands they've started from someplace small, and that case study is relevant, and that is to be studied for you to understand that a capital alone will not justify a business growth. It will not justify that you have a relevant execution plan or idea. But it's about that the growth that you anticipate, the growth that you see, and the will to create that growth is what is important. Skills are much more important than capital. If I can give you an example, in today's day and age, we have DSLR, we have cameras that are very accessible. Anybody can take a camera, anybody can take a picture. But if you take that and you start out a wedding photography business, for example, and you look at content creation, but let's just focus on wedding photography business. You might have a skill and you might not have enough capital. You may have capital that will get you an entry-level equipment. But are you able to create and sustain that business and grow that business from that small entry-level equipment? Because if you are not able to do that means that you do not have the skills. That does not mean that equipment is holding you down. That simply means that your skill is holding you down. And maybe you need to brush up your skills, and maybe you need to get more exposure, and you need to be able to handle your clients better, that you're able to produce better results with the equipment that you have. In the hands of a good photographer, a photographer who's got an eye, that same equipment will produce the results, irrespective of the equipment. But if you give an expensive camera to an amateur photographer, you will not be able to produce that results. So equipment alone, capital alone will not guarantee you success, will not guarantee you business growth that you were anticipating. It's the skill ultimately that will, and scale and exponential growth is part of this. I need to understand, young entrepreneurs need to understand that is the first step of acceptance, that I need to expand exponentially, I need to expand gradually. Success does not come overnight. You will not see profit overnight. There are cases where you would understand that you might not even see profits for the first 3, 4, 5 months. You might just either be losing profit, you might be actually facing losses, or you might be just breaking even. And there is where your business acumen comes. And you anticipate that after these 5, 6 months is where I'll actually see profits. And if you sustain it to that time, that again comes to your skill, where capital is not just enough, skill is much more.
Excellent insight. So some people believe capital is everything, some people believe skills are everything, but Sir here is saying that even though capital is essential, soft skills and both hard skills are really important in bringing up a business. So in today's digital world, where people are earning through freelancing, content creation, online businesses, this question has become even more relevant. So today we'll explore this debate through a series of questions, and your expert insight is really needed. So let's start with something we hear all the time: ideas are everything, and without money there are no great ideas. Everything else is useless. And what is your insight about this? Are ideas or skills really needed?
So you've asked about ideas and you've asked about execution of those ideas. How do you go about doing that? And if you have an idea, is that enough? In my opinion, anybody can have an idea. Let's talk about, for example, writing a book. You might have a story, but how many people actually get to the writing part of it, executing it? Execution is where it lacks. Anybody can come up with ideas, that anybody can think of something in today's day and age, but it's about execution of that thing. And then again, it comes down to the thing, okay, how good is your execution? And then that execution is directly linked back to your skills. Do you actually know how to click a good photo? Anybody can take a good photo. You talked about photography. You took photography's example. It's not just about clicking the shutter button. It's not about that. It's about what are you trying to say through a photo? What moment are you trying to capture? What is your subject? Where is your camera pointing towards? That is more. And that idea, that spark, is something that nobody can teach you. It's your observation. It's your skill. So ideas are important, but the execution of ideas are even more important.
That's interesting. So, do you think skills can fully replace capital, or is there a point where money becomes unavoidable, that you have to have capital, or are just soft skills and hard skills really going to get you through it?
When we talk about skills, can skills replace capital? Understand this one thing. Why is freelancing? Why are you guys hired by multinational companies through Fiverr, through Upwork to do graphic design work? Because you are doing something that their own people will charge a lot of money for. You are providing that service for $5, whereas over there, the same experienced person will be charging that for $100. So you are providing that same service at a much lower cost. So for them, this is where skill comes in, not capital. They're identifying, okay, this person can do the same job that X person can do for $5. Why should I need to spend $100 when I can spend $5? These platforms, these freelancing platforms, Upwork, Fiverr, and all that, that's where they're providing these multinationals with a pool of talent from these places. Because for you, $5 would be enough, because you're living in a country where $5 would have more worth. He's living in States, he's living in New York. $100 would not cut for him. So skill is very important, and then skill is also it can be defined in two different tiers. There's hard skills and there are soft skills. Hard skills are something that you can learn, like photography, editing, video editing, graphic designing. These are all hard skills. But then there are soft skills that become part of your personality: discipline, attitude, perfectionism, attention to detail, observation. Do you have those or not? In my opinion, hard skills can be learned and they can be taught. Soft skills, they come with passage of time and they come with the right attitude. I think there is a depth of understanding between the difference. People focus on hard skills. People focus that if I learn editing, if I learn photography, if I learn graphic designing, I can make a business. And then they have the same attitude that they have had, and they're not changing that attitude. So, and when their business suffers, they start contemplating, maybe my skill is not enough, but looking at maybe my hard skill is not enough. Your hard skill is there, your soft skill is absent. So you need to be more disciplined, and you need to have a sense of ever learning ability, that sometimes you feel that you have arrived. For an artist, you've never arrived. You're always in state of learning. So that's more important.
That's incredible. We're talking about mistakes here. We're talking about challenges here. So, what do you think is the biggest mistake young entrepreneurs make when balancing skills and money?
That mistakes are wrong, mistakes are bad. Failure is bad. Failure is not bad. How will you learn? You'll learn by failure. You'll learn by falling down. That attitude that failure is not bad is what is required. When you start thinking that this is a mistake and you're like, I quit because I am not able to do this. It's not about, it's about acceptance. Accepting, identifying what the issue is, and then trying to fix that issue. Rather than, okay, I'm not doing this, I'm done, I'm not made for this thing. I need to find, what I'm noticing is that things we shift too quickly now. The younger generation, I've noticed, is they're shifting too quickly. I think एक तरह से एक phenomena बन गया है कि we have too many options. अगर ये काम नहीं करता तो हम ये कर लेते हैं, ये काम नहीं करता तो हम ये कर लेते हैं. Try to identify कि ये काम क्यों नहीं कर रहा and try to make it work. We have too many options. That's right. That is correct. बट ये जो शिफ्टिंग वाला प्रोसेस है ये तो पर आप कभी भी नहीं रुकेगा, आप तो शिफ्ट ही करते रहोगे. वो वेयर इज योर हार्ट एंड वेयर इज योर सोल, वेयर विल यू फाइंड दैट. शिफ्टिंग में तो यू विल ऑलवेज एक जगह से दूसरी जगह से.
Earlier, it was money first, then business. Now, it's skill first, then money. Understanding this shift is what can give young entrepreneurs a real advantage. Now, as we conclude, I would like to thank our guest and remember this simple idea that capital can open doors, but skills help you walk through them and succeed. Thank you so much for watching. Skills is success. And follow X.LSE for more updates and details.